Welcome students. I is K.Ghotekar, Assistant Professor, KTHM College, Nasik. Last lecture, we have introduced already our new banking syllabus. Today, we are going to start our banking's first topic, that is Indian banking structure. Some of students learn about banks definition as well as functions of bank in FY become fundamental banking. Now in this year we will learn about totally Indian banking system. First topic is Indian banking structure, and in this topic first uh, our point is evolution of banking in India. Evolution means as a establishment history of banking in India. So two-side history of Indian banking before independence and after independence. Before independence means as a when British rule in India, and after independence means when we have independence in 15 August 1947, as a total history, establishment history of banking system in India. Now first we focus before independent history of banking. Student, we are know in 1498 first European name of Vasco da Gama had come in Asia. Then European merchant found new way to Asia, and then first Portuguese, French, British merchant came in Asia. They need in India to establishment of banking system for trading purpose, not a economical development purpose. Their self development, their self economical purpose. So they need this time as a establishment banking in India. Before came in Asia as well as came in India as a foreign merchant in India as a money lender, saraf, as a other money lenders as well as other zamindars. They have uh, lending of money. But when European merchant came in India, so they need as a total banking system in India, establishment of banking system in India. So in 1770, as a Alexander and Company establishment as a first bank in India at Kolkata. This bank's name is the Bank of Hindustan. This bank was a totally private ownership banks, because before independence total banking system is totally private sector's banking, not a public sector's banking. So in 1770, as a Alexander and Company, this times as a merchant company, and this company in India first bank establishment, the name of this bank is the Bank of Hindustan, located at Kolkata. So uh, after this bank's establishment, East India Company had established three presidency banks. Now, first in 1806 as a Bank of Kolkata at Kolkata. Then second one presidency banks establishment in 1840, the Bank of Bombay, located in Bombay. This times Bombay means Mumbai. And third one presidency banks establishment in 1843, Bank of Madras, located in Chennai. This times Madras and present Chennai. As a history of banking establishment. Now next one, then 1857 as the first independence revolution in Hindustan. We are know in history 1857 first independence revolution in Hindustan. This independence revolution of Hindustan as one of the impact in our British rule. British rule start all over India. So they totally establishment of administrative service, administrative power in all over India. Then 1865 to 1885, Bank of Allahabad was established, and then Awadh Commercial Bank was established. Our commercial bank is the total Indian bank, means this is the first bank which is a establishment of Indian people. Before our commercial banks establishment, all of banks is a British rules banks, British as well as European people's banks, but our commercial banks was establishment, and this banks first bank of Indian people's bank. Then next 1885 to 90, Indian national independent movement had started. We are known in history 1885 to establishment of National Congress Party, and then 1885 to 90 as a Indian national movements uh, maximum national movement started, and then in this movement mostly focus was use of Swadeshi goods and means our Indian goods. Swadeshi, this times word is popular word Swadeshi, so that it is a our ownership, our Indians productions, goods and services. This period maximum Indian people, this moments impact in Indian people. The period of this period maximum Indian people have establishment of Indian banks in private ownership. This movements one of the most important impact in this time as a this movements establishment of Indian People's Bank in India. Next uh, we'll focus of this times list of banks. Now establishment of before independence. So in first, Bank of Hindustan, place of establishment in Kolkata in 1770. Second bank is Bank of Bengal. These banks located in Kolkata, year of establishment in 1806. Next one bank is Bank of Bombay, located in Mumbai, and year of establishment in 1840. Next one is Bank of Madras. This bank's headquarters in Chennai, and year of establishment 1843. Next one bank establishment of Bank of Allahabad, located in Allahabad, and year of establishment in 1865. Next one bank is Awadh Commercial Banks. This banks is a total Indian People's Bank, and place in establishment Awadh, and year of establishment in 1881. Next one bank is Punjab National Bank. This bank is located in Amritsar, and establishment year is 1894. These banks is a most old bank at present in India. Punjab National Bank. Establishment in this bank is Amritsar, and year of establishment is 1894. Then after other 98 banks, duration of national movement all over Hindustan, establishment of 98 banks in 1906 to 1930. Now near about 1906 to 1930, near about 98 banks was establishment in India. Next, 1921. In 1921, three presidency banks merged each other. Three presidency banks means as a Bank of Kolkata, Bank of Bombay, and Bank of Madras. Merge each other in 1921, and new bank is establishment is Imperial Bank of India. Then in 1935, as a Reserve Bank of India Act 1934 have passed, and establishment of Reserve Bank of India in 1st April on 1st April 1935. Next, after independence, we discuss before independence history, establishment of banking, and then we discuss after independence history of Indian banking system. In India, when we have independence in 15 August 1947, after independent government of India to need of regulation of banking system in India, so that in 1st January 1949 Reserve Bank of India has nationalized, and then this nationalization, this act to introduce the power of RBI on banking system in India. It is a very important act is, and this act is introduced our banking systems, all over banking system as a power of Reserve Bank of India. Next one is 2nd February 1969. Before this regulation, 1st July 1955, Imperial Bank of India has nationalized. Imperial Bank of means before Imperial Bank as a three presidency banks: a Bank of Kolkata, Bank of Bombay, and Bank of Madras. And in 1921 merge each other and new bank establishment of Imperial Bank of India. But after independence, in 1st July 1955, Imperial Bank of India has nationalized and renamed it. These banks renamed it, and the new bank was establishment. The bank is the State Bank of India. Then after, in 1959, government has taken a decision about empires. This times empire, before independence empires means Indian empires banks. At this time, near about 8 empires banks as a private banks, as a subsidiary bank of government has taken a decision. These banks as a subsidiary banks of State Bank of India. Next, in 2nd February 1969, government has taken a decision social control over banking. Why social control? Because banking is some people's, some of money lenders, as some of well-list people's private ownership, so that in 2nd February 1969, government has taken a very important decision, and this decision introduced as a social control over banking. And next, this year, government new decision has taken as a 19 July 1969, government take a new decision which commercial banks having 50. Now students, very important thing is 19 July 69, government take a new decision which commercial banks having 15 plus crore rupees deposit, those banks are nationalized banks. It is a very important decision in the Indian banking system. As the first very most and very large decision is in our Indian banking in 19 July 69. So this decision, near about 14 banks are nationalized in 19 July 69. And then second decision in government have taken new second decision in 15 April 98, 15 April 1980, sorry, which commercial banks having 200 plus crore rupees deposit, those banks are nationalized banks. This is a two decision, is a very large decision, very important decision in our country as a nationalization of banks. Then after, we have adopt new economic policy, that is a LPG policy, means liberalization, privatization and globalization. That is a new economic policy we have adopted, and in this policy in 1991 Government of India appointed a banking reform committee, chairmanship of M. Narsihan. M. Narsihan committee introduced as well as recommended give the license of private sector in banking, because in 1969 as well as 1980 government has take a decision nationalization of banks. Then after in 1991 government has appointed new banking reform committee M. Narsimham, and this committee is recommendation of this committee is as a new license private sector banking, to give the new license private sector banking. So after 1991 in India new private sectors banks are established. So it is a total our first point is evolution of banking in India. Thank you very much.